My Son of God, Jesus Christ to Peter, you are the rock. Upon you I'll build a church. And the other scene right after, Jesus calling him Satan. That's the worst thing that someone can say to you. Imagine you come to church and, oh man, wow, I see the glory of God in you. God is working. We blessed are you. God is good. And when I see you, I see the glory of God. And you feel good. And next day, you Satan. Get out of here. I mean, how would you feel? And I'm thinking, oh man, what happened to Peter? What did he do? What made him fall? And I realized saying the right words does not mean that I'm the right person. And just because I stand here and preach holiness doesn't mean that I'm holy. And I'm thinking, this is my profession, to preach, to deliver the message. And I'm thinking, I may be the biggest hypocrite. Because I may be standing here, forgive guys, forgive one another. But in my heart, I want to smack that person. There's a hatred in my heart. And then here I'll be preaching, serve one another. But I'm thinking, is someone acknowledging me? Is someone acknowledging me? Up here I may say, have faith and trust God. But in my heart, I may say, is there someone who could help me? And that's when I have to really pray, Lord, help me not to do a great sermon, but rather help me to live out the life you call me to be. James chapter 1-22 says, do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says. Basically he's saying, you know what, you could deceive yourself and God and become the real good hypocrite. And as Peter was following Jesus Christ, I think this is what he got wrong. He didn't listen carefully. Because if you did tea, I don't know, it kind of, I did tea this morning. I'm like, wow, this is kind of related. This is amazing what God does. Jesus said this time, blessed are you, Simon, son of John, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven. So God help you to answer that question. But Peter thought, he didn't really listen to that part of blessed are you are the man. Yes. So he wanted to try harder. And he received more words, he received more power and more love. But yet, he fell away and changed. There was zeal, there was confession. He did become a more powerful man, and he even confessed to Jesus Christ, Lord, I don't know about other disciples, I will die with you. You can count me on that. And he was having Last Supper. But all that was his confession built upon his hard work. And that Jesus had to deny. Isn't it ironic? Due to his confession, he fell away from him. You know, when we come to church, we see people praying, God, I love you no matter what. I will never fall away from you. And I get a little concerned because I used to pray like that, and woo! Oh man, you don't know what you're saying. So in a sense, our faith is having faith in Him and not in ourselves. We judge each other based on faithfulness. Oh, Pastor saying he's always there, he's been here 12 years and all that. But do you think that's what God is really pleased with? Having faith on Him, not on ourselves. And maybe the true answer lies in the third stage of Peter's life. The stage 3, the humble return. Now, why don't we go to the verse, John chapter 21. And after falling away from Jesus Christ, after denying Jesus Christ 3 times, cursing at Him, you know what Peter does? He goes, guys, we're going to go fishing. And the other disciples say, hey, you know what, I'll go with you. They go back to fishing. And all night, again, they couldn't catch any fish. And Jesus is resurrected by this night, appears again. in the Sea of Galilee and ask, friends, haven't you any fish? Have you caught any fish? And they replied, no. Throw your net on the right side of the boat. And when they did, they were unable to haul the net because of the large number of fish. And of course, the disciple Jesus loved, John, realized, hey, it's the Lord. And Peter jumps off from the boat, swims across, and sees Jesus Christ. And Jesus right now is he's in the shore and he's making a breakfast for them. Give me some of those fish. I'll cook for you. And after eating, when they had finished eating, Jesus asked Peter. He doesn't call him the rock, you guys know that. He calls him the name before, Simon, son of John. Do you love me? And Peter answers, yes, Lord. Says, you know that I love you. Here now he knows that he failed. He knows that he denied Jesus Christ 3 times. And the confession that he makes, it seems like he doesn't have the confidence like he did before. Lord, no matter what, I'll die with you. You're not going to die. But it seems like he's confessing in a way like this. Lord, I want to love you. I want to be faithful. But I don't know, God. I don't think I have the power to follow. Help me. He denied himself. He denied that he is capable person. He denied that, Lord, I'm a sinner. And from then on, he becomes the greatest apostle of Jesus Christ. Because when you trust yourself, you cannot really trust God. Faith is not me, not my strength, but rather confessing to God, Lord, never let go of me from the beginning to the end. Faith is not I need to do something great for God. That is serving, that is expression of our love to Him. That's not our purpose. But faith is giving the broken heart to God. Faith from the beginning and to the end is holding on to Him. Like Psalm 51, after King David committed sin, he says, broken and contrite spirit, He will not deny. So real faith is giving the broken heart to God and holding on to Him from the beginning to the end. I shared about 3 things today. When Peter met Jesus Christ on this Galilee, that trusting God beyond our common sense, professionalism, rationalization, and experience His miracle. Second, real faith is trusting Him and not on our work or our service. And lastly, faith from the beginning till the end is holding on to Him, giving Him the broken heart. I stand here as a pastor. You may think that I'm more holy, more faithful, more stronger. But I'm not that different from each and every one of you. I go through the same struggles, and I'm just holding on to Him with broken heart, day by day. And we know that Peter gets crucified later, upside down. You guys know the story. And some say that he said, oh Lord, now I love you. But I think he would have said this as he was getting crucified. Lord, here's a man who denied you 3 times. Here's a man who's unworthy. Here's a man full of mistakes and failures. But I give you my broken heart. Would you accept it? The story of Peter represents us. How we come to church first with a humble beginning, but in serving God, we fell away from Him. But the amazing thing is God comes to us and encourages us and asks us, do you love me? honest. God, I don't have the strength. I don't know, God. But he simply asked, do you love me? Yeah. And he says, feed my lambs. In a way, he's saying, I will feed them through you. So as I become a pastor, my confession, Lord, here's a man who is still sinful, still insecure, still not worthy, God, and still, Lord, not faithful. But Lord, every day, I give you that broken heart to you. And help me not to lose that. And I believe that was prayer of Peter. And on Friday, before we close, on Friday, we had a prayer meeting. Not many people came, and I kind of shared a little bit, and I said, guys, apart from all the struggles, apart from physical illness, apart from emotional distress, apart from financial difficulties, apart from, like breaking up, apart from something very painful, can we still give that broken heart to God and say, I love you? Can we still give that to God, Lord, no matter what? Despite this, God, I love you. And God had to teach me that. As I went through struggles, as I went through hardships. God, I love you. Despite all this, I'm giving you my broken heart. Just holding on to you till the end. And I believe that is one characteristic of real faith. Not depending on myself, but on Him. Giving that broken heart to God. And as I share this, I want to ask you guys to do the same. Why don't we just do that to God? What is service? What is singing praise without giving that heart to God? Without giving that brokenness to God? Will God be pleased? So why don't we do that as we close our eyes? Lord, I'm going through the school problems. I'm going through financial difficulty. I'm going through, Lord Father, business difficulty, physical pain. Lord, but I love you so much. You're the greatest thing that happened in my life, and I praise you. You are the Messiah, that you are the Lord of the Lords, King of Kings. I worship you. And then came the freedom and joy that I could not express. And then came the peace in my heart that word does not give. And then came the love of Jesus Christ that I've been seeking for a long time. So why don't we just close our eyes and confess. He's asking you today, Simon, son of John, do you love me? What is your reply? Lord, I give you my brokenness. I thought I could give you my more faithfulness or my great achievement. But what you wanted from me was a broken heart, contrite spirit. And personally speaking, I don't know how I'm going to go to the Philippines, getting ordained. But Lord, you said to me years ago that you will do it. Because you are God of Ebenezer. That our confession will be that God has helped us thus far. Lord, let our confession be, Lord, true and broken. Help us to hold on to you from beginning till the end. That even sometimes, Lord, things don't go according to our plan, or we seem like we failed, we can still give that brokenness to you. We can still worship you. And we thank you, Lord, for just saving us. You're the greatest thing that happened in my life, in our life. And no matter what, in any circumstances, God, we worship you.